Elangovan, Associate Professor, Head, Department of TRPE in SRM TRP Engineering College. Happy to welcome you, sir. Uh, it's my pleasure to share a brief note about his academic exposure. He received Doctor of Philosophy about the title Investigations on Super Lift Converter Based Direct Torque Control of Motor Drives in 2017. He has about 9 years of working experience at various engineering colleges. He has presented his innovative and creative ideas in 12 international conferences and 3 national conferences too. He has participated 15 national level seminars on various topics, and also he participated 9 faculty development programs and 23 workshops on different core related topics. He has given plenty number of guest lectures on various topics. The notable topics of resource opportunities in converters, system analysis using MATLAB, fundamentals of MATLAB, Simulink software, and so on in various renowned engineering colleges and state level also. He is an active member in Institute Innovation Cell of SRM TRP Engineering College and editor of Book Publisher International and Journal of Engineering Research and Reports. And also he is an editorial board member of IJEER. He is an excellent reviewer of various IEEE chapters and IET chapters and etc. He has participated and also organized plenty number of online technical quiz on different core related topics in various engineering colleges at state level. About his achievements, he received Young Achiever Award and Research Excellence Award from IEAE in 2018. The best academic editor of Journal of Engineering Research and Reports too. He received the Best Innovation Award in Sengod Solar Vehicle Championship in the year 2017. His technical exposure is tremendous like sea level in his professions. But it adds rainbow colors in his professions and also personal lives too. Happy to welcome you, sir, to the first year orientation program, especially today's sessions. The session is over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful introduction about me. First of all, very good morning to one and all present over there in this online platform. First, I would like to thank our management for giving this great opportunity to share some of my ideas to the young budding engineers of SRM TRP Engineering College. I would like to give special thanks to our beloved principal sir for giving me a very good support on handling this particular session. And I would like to thank the head of the Department of H&S, Dr. Chitravel sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Now I would like to start the session. Before sharing my screen, I want to make sure few things to my budding engineers. So most of the students who started their career as engineer, they have a few doubts. Even I have seen few freshers, that is, they have a little dilemma on choosing whether engineering or arts or MBBS. So out of these 3 opportunities, 3 domains, people try to stick with MBBS as their first opportunity, and then only they will be giving choice to engineering studies. For that, I need to give you a very clear clarity on with the help of a very good example. First thing, there was a person, he is a mechanical engineer who is working on troubleshooting the engine of a motorcycle. And when he was starting troubleshooting on that engine of that motorcycle, he used to see a heart surgeon, a doctor, passing over that particular area, and immediately he started running towards him and asked, actually, I'm just working on the engine, and it is very hard for me to deal with the engine troubleshooting. I'm just throwing all the tools, every parts of the engine, I'm just troubleshooting and I'm reassembling it, and I'm just making it in a very good running condition. But you people are getting more salary than me. I'm an engineer, but you doctors are getting more salary than me. What is the reason? For that, the doctor replied, you are doing a very good job and you are troubleshooting with the repaired engine. But the thing I want to say here is, you just do the same thing when the engine is running. So this makes the difference between me and you. That was the reply registered by the doctor. Again, a very big laugh on the face of that engineer, and he told, the reply from the engineer was, what he told, I can make a dead engine into a good working condition. Can you make a dead person into alive? This was the reply from the engineer. There is no response from the doctor's side. So this is the superiority of engineer and engineering studies for the present day. Hope you all understand the value of engineering study for the present day with this short example, I think. So don't have any frustration in your mind to proceed with a career as a student, as an engineering student especially. So no way we are lagging when we are comparing ourselves with the MBBS student or any domain, students from any domain. Okay. So I just want to say this very first for all my budding engineers, irrespective of the department. So let us see. Actually, the plan for today's session from my side is evolution of engineering and career opportunities. So let me start sharing my screen, then through the presentation, I'll start explanation. So my screen is visible for everyone. Okay. So today's session, evolution of engineering and career opportunities, and the different contents for the simple layout of this presentation. I want to mark what is engineering, then followed by what is the difference between engineering and engineering technology, and what is the actual evolution of engineering students. Then coming to the point, evolution of engineering in the sense in terms of industry 4.0. Then followed by engineers and product. Then why should, as a student, you have a very big question, why should I be an engineer? For that question, you can take away very good results at the end of the session. Then some engineering misconceptions. Finally, what are the career opportunities as an engineer? So these are the different parts or the domains I would like to focus in this particular session. Let's see. So first point, what is engineering? Two things for that it is required. One is maths and science. The correlation of maths and science with a proper application will give you engineering, right? So for this, before knowing about what is actually engineering, you need to know two questions. You need to have two answers, best answers for two different questions. One is, how many of you know someone who is an actually engineer? Then what does an engineer do? So for these two questions, most of the freshers, as a first year student, you people, most of them don't have proper answers, because nowadays the media projecting an engineer in a different manner, which is not a ground reality. Actually, in movies, if you see, an engineer will excel everything in an industry. He will be provided with a very good AC embedded room, then system in front of him, and he will be supposed to order some 10 or 50 people under him. So this is the thing, what is actually the media projecting nowadays regarding engineers. Then actually the next question, what does an engineer do? If not, what is the job of the engineer? So you need to know the practical, that is the ground reality of engineering job before entering into the study. If you have a very good clarity about it, then there won't be any influence of medias in your career. So I give you surety, these 2 points. So whatever the movies or the media that are all projecting about the engineers is not at all practical. First thing I want to make sure you mark my words. This will not happen at the end of your studies. At the end of your final year, you are not supposed to see that sort of atmosphere when you are entering into a company as an engineer, right? So that is not real. Then comes actually what is engineering. So application of maths and science to create something of value from our natural resources. Okay, so how, sir? So you are just correlating maths with science. So very simple. Most of we can ask ourselves, what is the value of a power 0? So can you prove a power 0 is equal to 1? So the next question arises. This is the wonderful question asked from an IIT panel member when I was attending one particular interview. You just prove a power 0 is equal to 1. Simple question. So for this, you need support mathematically. So if I start explaining about that, then I can say a power 1 into a power minus 1 will give you a power 0. So if a power 1 is multiplied with a power minus 1, then it is obviously presented like a power 1 by a power 1. So which is equal to 1. So this is mathematical way of evaluating it. But when, what is the correlation of science over here, sir? So if the same concept is applied with respect to any application, then we call it as science, reasoning. So someone trying to prove that a power 0 is not equal to 1, then it is science. So if I say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, if you are coming with a proper solution, 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2, then it is science. The way how your thoughts are innovative, whether it is valid proof with the support of maths, then this combined effort we call it as engineering. So this is what you are going to learn for the next 4 years in our institute. Then most of us, we don't know what is technology. Then what is technology, sir? Engineering is different in technology. And most of the students ask this question, especially when they are trying to opt any particular department for admission in any engineering colleges. Some of my neighbor students, they ask, what is the difference between BE and BTech? Almost it is same. In BE computer science, people are studying about programming, and BTech IT, almost same programming languages they are studying. What is the difference, sir, actually? And in some deemed university, they used to call BTech TRPE, BTech Mechanical, like that. So here the point varies between engineering and technology is the weightage of mathematical involvement in the subjects or course, whatever they are choosing. So you can see a simple diagram. Here in the left of this particular diagram, the impact of mathematical. So when it starts moving from the left hand to the right side, the mathematical impact was very less, and each and every point over here, the dots, whatever I have presented, it highly related with the derivation, conclusion of any particular scientific ideas. Up to this, mathematical involvement is more. But when it comes to the second half, the technology, if I ask you to develop one product, then the development of that product needs some mathematical proof, validation of design, right? But when it is not corresponded with the mathematical ideas, then your innovative technology, okay, for example, if I want to design a bottle for a cool drink company, I need to analyze what will be the height of that bottle, what will be the consistent of that bottle, how much ml liquid can be filled in that bottle, and mathematically I need to derive, will it sustain with that liquid content, everything mathematically. This all involves the engineering part. But when it comes to the technology, in what way it is marketed, in what way it reaches the society, Then if it requires any design modification, so instead of having the opener at the top of the bottle, if I put the opener at the middle of the bottle, what will be the result? So these sort of things comes under technology. So for that technology part, the mathematical influence is very less. So this is the basic difference between engineering and engineering technology, right? Then, so these are the points I have sorted. First off, it needs research, complex analysis, complex design, development, manufacturing skills. Here, in all particular points, you need involvement of mathematics. And when it comes to the second, engineering technology, test and evaluation. Yes, sir. Okay. Routine design, production, operation, service and maintenance, distribution and sales. So when it comes to the second of this plane, it does not require more mathematical analysis for these sort of domains. Then what is the actual evolution? So I started explaining about evolution of engineering, but here my point, I want to have a better clarity. I want to make the clarity on this particular point. What is the actual evolution of engineering students? You all know the engineering study have totally 4 years of course. So what will be the transformation from first year to final year? Immediately I start thinking of this particular point and I searched in Google. So it's my habit of searching whatever persons I have in my mind through Google only. And first how I used to search is, I used to search the images related to that. Because instead of text, if you are collecting whatever thing you need in terms of picture, then it will be easy for you to understand. So first, how I will search, how I will use that platform, I will check the images. So immediately, the first point I got this image. Hope you all familiar with this person, a wonderful celebrity of Bollywood, Salman Khan, right? So this image you can see in the first year, he looks chubby and very young, smart looking. It shows that he will do whatever the work assigned to him, it seems. When it comes to second year, he tries to expose all his attitude in different manner. Whatever skill sets he have, irrelated to the academic skills, whatever skills beyond that he is having, he tried to expose during the second year. And the third year, he will stuck with the love affair and he will choose a better girl for his or her life. And finally, he will be suffering a lot because of the past 3 years. This one is a fake assumption. I want to, you mark my words, these sort of things nowadays circulating among the young budding engineers through medias. Most of the people who are promoting these sort of memes are not all best engineers, and even the engineers who say engineering is very worst. You don't find any scope such at all. If you take his course of years, 4 years, and if you analyze, if you ask few questions to them, what you did in your first year, what you did in second year, what you did in third year, final year, immediately he will say all these things, right? So it is a fake assumption, and you don't follow these sort of means, these sort of activities. And my suggestion, you never avoid all these things. Practically speaking, you never avoid. First year, let it be, let it go. All are young, charming, and whatever what the professor says, they will obey, they will do. But when it comes to second year, they try to show their attitude. And these things you can't even avoid, practically speaking. But the thing is, what you actually want to see is the next slide, the reality. Here, the first person in first year, he started looking at, he's searching almost, he's searching something, what is there. So your mind, your activity, whatever you want to learn in the first year is the way how you are searching for new things. Okay, if you start searching, if you start asking questions, then the first year will be fulfilled with a very good full of fruits of tree in the first year. And second year, you need to roam and search. Your boundary line should not be limited for a particular level. Your boundary line should be extended beyond certain level. So this is what you need to do your second year, during your second year. I mentioned the way how you are searching, what you are searching actually. The searching in the sense it is not related to your subjects. It is not your subject material. It is not your subject questions, university details, nothing. I'm just saying the knowledge. To enhance your knowledge, what are all the things you need to search? That is the activity performed in your first year. And in second year, the boundary line should be extended somewhat. And hopefully, you are going to become a graduate in the third year. Actually, the university, according to our engineering norms, regulation, after final year only, a student is called as a graduate engineer, right? But according to me, or according to the most of the successful people, a student become a very good graduate, a successful graduate at the end of the third year. How I am saying this? You are almost going to catch most of the papers, most of the core papers, almost. I can say it is around 90% of core subjects, core ideas, fundamentals will be strengthened till third year, and that particular knowledge is more than enough to excel in any interviews, to get succeed in interview processes. Okay, I can show you. So this is what the third year ultimate aim, and final year almost will be placed in some company, right? So hope you all know we have a very good placement record in SRM TRP Engineering College, because this is the final year. This is the academic year 2021, and that too still odd semester has not yet been closed. Okay, so still odd semester has not been closed, but in our institute, around 50 to 60% of people who is studying in final year got placed. Okay, that is why I mentioned here, your employment is ensured in the final year. A good engineer will ensure his employment during his final year itself. Right? So this is the reality. This is the ground reality, what you are going to see. Right? This people will not expose at any media. Right? They will try to blame a system. But when you are entering into a system, you try to change yourself. Right? So a simple suggestion I can give. A simple suggestion I can give for all the budding engineers. One simple suggestion: whatever you are doing, you try to control your subconscious state of your memory, right? So when, for example, I can say this: today I want to start my bike from my home at 8:30 to reach our college by 9 o'clock. So this is the task. This is the work to be done by me between 8:30 and 9. When I started my bike, so my subconscious memory will have a better pattern. Okay, it stores each and every pattern, whatever you are observing day to day. So it knows at which turn I have to take my bike left or right, at which particular point. So how I need to go. So in between that duration, my mind will start thinking of anything which is going to happen in future. For example, today when I was riding my bike, I start thinking of today's session. Today I have orientation program. I need to explain all these concepts to the first year students. I want to do this job after the orientation session. So everything I'll be thinking of when I'm riding this bike. If I start controlling, this is what subconscious memory. So if I start controlling the way how I'm thinking, what I'm thinking, is it right? Okay, if I instruct my brain to do the right thing, because two things are there in our body, two major parts are there. One is brain and another one is heart. Always your heart suggests you the thing which you likes the most, which is not, most of the time, which is not good for you, right? So, but when it comes to the brain, it always tries to suggest only the good things for the human. Your brain will say very clearly which one is correct, which one is wrong. My suggestion for engineering students: if you try to follow your brain, you will succeed very easily. It is not at all a very big thing. You no need to put very much hard work for it. Simply, you need to control your attitude with respect to brain and not with respect to heart. Ethically, if the constraint is very ethical, moral, then you follow your heart. But when it comes to the process-oriented things, you follow your brain. This is my suggestion, right? So it plays a vital role in the path of success. Then, next point, it's a better tool the corporate people use to have 5 why system, right? Here I have given you a simple example, a problem. As an engineer, this quality is most important. You need to develop yourself. First, you need to identify what is the actual problem. As an engineer, first quality is problem troubleshooting is the first quality of an engineer, right? A normal person will never think of these things. A common man and an engineer. This is the difference. So here I have mentioned one particular problem, ran through a red light. So if a person ran through a red light, it may result in a very big accident, right? So the consequence will be very worst. So for this sort of problem, if a person starts thinking of, for this problem I want a solution, what is the actual root cause? Then I used to ask first why. I want to ask why to that person first. Immediately the response from that person is late for work. So if you are late for work, you need to run. You need to maintain your punctuality means, then you need to violate the traffic rules, everything. So first why is why he is running, why he is violating the thing. So he is late for work. Second, again why? If you ask second why, what is the reason why you are late for work? The answer is he woke up late in the morning. So second why has this answer. And the third, again you need to ask why you have woke up late today. My alarm clock broke. Third response is it is because. So the time of waking up time is highly related with the alarm. So if the alarm is broke, immediately it results in late woke up. Then again you need to ask why that alarm clock broke. So the last night we didn't check if it is worked in the last night. Fourth why answer is the person failed to check whether the alarm is working properly or not. Then again last why don't you check it? Forgot to do it last night. So this 5 why. So the problem for the consequency to for accident is in the last night you forgot to ensure whether the alarm clock is working properly or not. But when it comes to a student, the same question I used to ask one of my students before, I think it is before 5 years. He came late to class. First question I asked him, why you are late? Immediately he told, sir, I missed college bus, sir. Why you missed college bus? Sir, today morning I was woke up at 8:30, so I can't able to be here immediately, sir. Second point. Then third point, why you woke up late? Sir, yesterday night when I was there in my bed, the time was around 2:30. 2:30, oh really? What is the reason actually? Next, why you went to bed by 2:30? It is not night, it is today morning. Immediately he responded, sir, I used to chat with my girlfriend till 2:30. Again I asked, why you chat? Because she's always pushing me to respond for all his messages till the late night. So the problem there is the way how he is texting, how he is chatting with the person. The person is the problem. If we don't have any girlfriends, that there is no possibility of going to sleep late night. There is no possibility of getting woke up in the morning late, or there is no possibility of coming class 2 in the late time. So as an engineer, you need to ensure if there is any problem in front of you, you need to ask why for 5 times. So this is the best tool among most of the developed, recognized industries. They are following it, right? Then here we are having the point of what is the actual evolution of engineering. So I want to correlate evolution of engineering with respect to Industry 4.0. This is fourth generation of revolution of industry revolution, we call it as. It is fourth generation revolution of industry. You can see this particular image. You can see in the end of 18th century, they call it as first industrial revolution. So during the end of 18th century, almost they have replaced manpower with respect to machineries. Most of the manufacturing plants, manufacturing industries, they have reduced the manpower and replaced the manpower with machineries. Right? So then second, what is the next evolution? How it is evolved? Beginning of 20th century. The beginning of 20th century, they started increasing production. Mass production is required. So for mass production, excuse me. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hope my voice is audible to everyone. Sir, madam, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, students. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I started explaining about Industry 4.0. So in the beginning of 20th century, they started increasing production. So immediately they thought of extracting more from machineries and technology. So this is the conversion in the first revolution to second revolution is technology wise. Then in the third revolution in the beginning of 1970s, they started controlling the process. Automation plays a vital role during 1970s. Most of the industry, if you take some example, if you take in the first revolution, I can take one particular example, that is in most of the industries, we can see conveyor. Okay, conveyor in the sense it's a machine which conveys the packed material from one place to another place, right? So in the first industrial revolution, what they did is simply they developed a motor with a belt, right? And a person will stand at one end, and in the receiving end, a person will stand to collect the packed material. So this is what first generation industry revolution immediately. And before that first revolution, what they did, they used to have manpower for dispatching, for transporting a material from one place to another place, for dispatching a material inside the plant itself. They used to have a manpower only. After introduction of machinery, they replaced those bulky manpower into machines. And in the second industrial revolution, they started using more number of conveyors, right? Even still, they have reduced one person in the sending end. In the first end, we have seen two people standing at two ends. So in the second revolution, they need a bulky bulk transportation of materials. So they want to reduce the manpower in the sending end, and that also did by a machine, right? So when it comes to the third, why should I have another man at the receiving end? Why can't a machine do it? Because I need to turn off the motor which is used for conveyor belt. I need to turn off the motor which is used for conveyor belt. So there requires a person manually. So immediately they thought, why can't we reduce this manpower? Why can't we make process automation in this area? So immediately they developed a programmable logic controller which is highly used for process automation. So this is the third transformation, and finally now we are standing in the fourth industrial revolution, and completely the total system, because you can see most of the machineries they need to control when they are in the plant. In the technology which is presently we do have, with the help of Internet of Things or any particular technology, they can control any process automized machines wherever they are. If you are traveling somewhere out of your home, you need to control the fan which is running without any people inside your home. You can simply text using your mobile. You can control the fan or the lighting loads in your residential area using IoT technology. We are presently standing in the fourth industrial revolution. This is the technology transformation. This is the evolution of engineering which you can see. Actually, I don't want to bore the fresh students because you are not technically updated. You are standing in the first step of that to first year. So you are not entered into the technology actually. So I don't want to bore the students by speaking more technically about these things. So my intention is to motivate all our budding engineers with a very good input in this session. So some impacts. You can see during 1995, what are all the platforms we do have in media. In 2000, how it is evoluted, and 2005, now we are standing in 2020, still most of the things are not added here. We are in 2020. So still there are possibility of evolution. Right? So with respect to cyber physical systems, we have a complete evolution. They are just trying to embed hardware and software into that, and they call it as cyber physical systems, right? So technically, I don't want to speak more on it. So this is what the evolution you can see. As a student, you know what are the applications you are using. You can see during before 17 or 18 years, I have used Nokia 1010, 0000, I think. I used that particular mobile phone. There I have seen possibility of texting my friends, chatting with my friends, sending a text message as a picture. So these are the facilities. But today I have a smartphone with me, and most of the facilities are there available. Still it is encouraging. More number of camera facilities. I can access unlimited internet. So whatever facilities I particularly have by today, this is what the evolution. You can see what is happening for the past 10 or 20 years. 2 decades, we have enormous evolution of engineering ideas. So, few things. These things, cyber physical systems, hope it is little technical. Now, Most of the students have this question, sir, which department I can choose? Actually, you have chosen, you are already in a right place to pursue your UG. And before entering, even after choosing, am I in the right place? Sir, I have chosen civil engineering. Will it have a better scope? I have chosen electrical engineering. Will it have a better scope? Will I get a job? The answer for all the question is, whatever engineering department you choose doesn't matter. All the engineering departments have a better scope, and you can see enormous growth in the upcoming days for engineering. But the only thing is, in what way you are skilled. Whatever department you have chosen, whether you are skilled up to that mark, that is the point, right? So I would like to say how it is correlated. In a company, we have a product. So in that product, what is the role of an engineer? You can see this. I have taken production of a candy, right? How engineering is involved in this creation step? In what way the engineers support production of this candy? You can see first an electrical engineer. Being I myself an electrical engineer, so I started putting this electrical engineering impact on production. So without electricity, you never see any machineries working, right? So the job of an electrical engineer is to troubleshoot, is to maintain optimized power. In a company, if you take any machineries, நீங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா வீட்டுல ஏதாவது ஒரு மிக்ஸி கிரைண்டர் எதுனாலும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாமே வந்து ஹோம் அப்ளையன்சஸ். எல்லா ஹோம் அப்ளையன்சஸும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா எனக்கு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் பவர் இல்லைன்னா எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாது. அதே மாதிரி வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியர் அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா, ரெசிடென்ஷியலை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும், ரெசிடென்ஷியல் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க பவர் ஆப்டிமைசேஷனை பத்தி இங்க பேசவே முடியாது, ரைட்? நீங்க என்னோட வீட்டுல வந்து பவர் கன்சப்ஷன் ஒரு மந்த் பாத்தீங்கன்னா some interruption, ma'am. Ma'am, is my voice audible? Ma'am, is my voice audible? I think someone have unmuted.
Yes.
The voice is audible, but there is some disturbance in the voice here. There is some noise is coming out.
And someone, I think someone has unmuted their mic.
Okay, let me check.
Okay. I think now it's clear, no?
No, sir. Some students didn't mute their audio.
I request students to mute all your mics, please. I can't able to. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, now it's okay, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I started explaining what is the role of electrical engineer. So when it comes to the home, there is residential applications. We not bothering about the power consumption. This month we are getting some 1,000 rupees as electricity bill. The next month it will be beyond 1,000. As an engineer, you start thinking of how can you optimize your power in residential area. In what way you can save your electricity bill. Unnecessary consumption of power with any loads, unwanted loads can be reduced. நீங்க வந்து இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாருமே இன்ஜினியர்ஸ். நம்ம வந்து இன்ஜினியரோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கோலே என்னன்னா ரிசோர்ஸை வந்து ஆப்டிமைஸ்டா யூஸ் பண்றதுதான் இன்ஜினியரோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கோல். அப்போ வந்து ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியருக்கு என்ன ஸ்கோப் இருக்குன்னா பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க எந்த இடத்துல, ஈவன் நம்ம ஹோம் அப்ளையன்சஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் சரி, இண்டஸ்ட்ரி சைடு எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் சரி, ஒரு பவர் வந்து எந்த அளவுக்கு ஆப்டிமைஸ்டா நம்ம கொடுக்க முடியும், அதுக்கு என்னென்னலாம் டெக்னிக்கலா சப்போர்ட் பண்றது ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியராக தான் பண்ண முடியும். அதே மாதிரி வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்ப நீங்க எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி இல்லாம யூ ஜஸ்ட் திங்க் ஆஃப் யுவர் லைஃப். You can go beyond 100 or 150 years. I have recently underwent those sort of life in my span. Before some 8 months, like I used to stay in a city without electricity for a week. Really it was frustrated. நம்ம வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா மொபைல் நிக்காது, எந்த ஒரு விஷயமே நம்மளால எல்லாமே highly we are dependent on electricity. So the role of electrical engineer in this product production is most important, primary. Then what is the role of a computer engineer? Right? The next question. For computer science engineers, the product is prepared based on a machinery, and machinery highly fetched with electricity supply. But you don't know how to monitor it, whether the product has a very good shape, whether the quality is good. It should be computed. So without the help of a computer engineer, it is not possible at all. So the computation is most important. Then chemical engineer. So obviously we don't have chemical engineering department in our institute, but I've taken this particular case study and I'm just showing what is the role. The chemical engineer, what is his role in this product production? He need to test what about the combination of ingredients to make a very good taste and texture of this product. So the job of the chemical engineer is always to ensure the combination of ingredients in the product. Then mechanical engineer, the vital topmost engineer in any manufacturing companies you can see is a mechanical engineer, and he is the sole responsible person for designing the machine, how a machine need to work, how this machine will it be used for production of this product. He is ensuring. இப்போ வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கம்பெனியில் எனக்கு வந்து இந்த மெஷின் இந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கு தேவை, இந்த அளவுக்கு இந்த மெஷின் இருந்துச்சுன்னா எனக்கு இந்த அளவுக்கு இன்னைக்கு ப்ரொடக்ஷன் கொடுக்க முடியும். மெக்கானிக்கல்னா ப்ரொடக்ஷன்லேயே பார்த்தாங்க குவாலிட்டி எனிவேர் தே கேன் serve like anything. So the sole responsible person is the mechanical engineer in design construct. Then environmental engineer. So you need to check whether the atmospheric content is okay, because production this is the consumable product and we are consuming these sort of outcomes. So whether it is clean, if it is manufactured in clean environment, then the product quality will be good. If it is not, then who is the person to ensure it? That is highly responsible, and it is given to environmental engineer in that production. Then industrial engineer, it is almost related with mechanical engineering, and he analyzes process of the system, whether operation and process are good. Will it be wasted to avoid wastage? Whether the process is optimized, whether the operations are correct. Is there any recommendation to improve the efficiency? That was ensured by means of industrial engineers, the civil engineer. Most of the civil engineers think that we don't find scope in industrial area. Don't say like that. The major public sector openings are giving a very good red carpet for civil engineers only. And you can see abroad job opportunities are very much compared with other departments. For civil department, it is superior. So abroad openings are there. And for transporting this manufactured product, I need road system, a better road. I need to construct. Transportation is required. So transport and road system is highly handled by civil engineers only. Without the support of civil engineer, it is not possible at all. So these are the things, and finally agricultural engineer. And so these engineers' contribution are there required for producing this product, this candy. So the role of the engineer and opportunities of different engineers in a production is how it is correlated. Clear only in their first step. Always without failure, no one will get success. So first step will be failing to do innovation or invention. You take it as a lesson. So don't get frustrated. So, and the most important thing as an engineer, your innovation, your whatever you are doing, that should support our society. For the welfare of society, you need to do. நம்ம எது பண்ணாலும் ஒரு என்ஜினியரா வந்து நம்ம எல்லாமே நீங்க உங்களுடைய லைஃபோடைய பிரின்சிபல் வந்து யூ நீட் டு ப்ரிப்பேர், யூ நீட் டு ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் யுவர் பிரின்சிபல் ஃப்ரம் த டே ஒன் ஆன்வர்ட்ஸ். இது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா என்ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்ற மாதிரிலாம் நான் சொல்ல வரல. ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப லைட்டா, இப்போ நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போட்ட ஸ்லைட்ல இருந்து நீங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம அந்த ஹீரோயிசம் இது எல்லாமே பார்ட் ஆஃப் லைஃப். நீங்க வந்து எல்லாருமே சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க ஸ்கூல் படிக்கிற வரைக்கும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க ரொம்ப ப்ரெஷர், இது படிச்சாதானே நல்லா காலேஜ்ல சீட் கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. திருப்பி காலேஜ் வந்தோடனே இதெல்லாம் நீ படிச்சாதான் நீ வந்து நல்ல கம்பெனில பிளேஸ் ஆக முடியும் அப்படிலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க. இது எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு சும்மா ஒரு சைட்ல இருக்கும் இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ், எல்லாமே சொல்றவங்க சொல்லிட்டு தான் இருப்பாங்க. பட் லைஃப் யூ நீட் டு என்ஜாய் எல்லாம். என்ஜினியரா இருக்கிறவன் என்ஜாய் பண்ற அளவுக்கு உலகத்துல யாருமே என்ஜாய் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, ஆனஸ்ட்லி ஸ்பீக்கிங். ஏன்னா அவன் காலேஜுக்கு வருவான், நீங்க வந்து இது வரைக்கும் ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்ச சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து அரௌண்ட் 8 to 10 சாப்டர்ஸ் இருக்குது. அந்த 10 சாப்டர் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கொடுத்துருவாங்க, இதான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட், இதுதான் படிக்கணும், இதை படிச்சு இவ்வளவு மார்க்ஸ் செக்யூர் பண்ணணும், இவ்வளவு கட் ஆஃப் ஆகணும், இதுதான் உங்களுடைய இன்டென்ஷனா இருக்கும். பட் when it comes to engineering எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்லயும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 5 units தான். நீங்க படிக்க போறது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கொஸ்டின் பேஸ் பண்ணி கிடையாது, நாலேஜ் பேஸ்டு. எல்லாமே நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அதுக்காக தான் நான் ஸ்லைட் போட்டேன். யூ நீட் டு சர்ச் யுவர் செல்ஃப். What is the trending? What is the today's concept on this particular topic? You need to search. அதே மாதிரி என்னன்னா நான் சஜஸ்ட் பண்றது என்னன்னா, ஒரு என்ஜினியரோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் குவாலிட்டி என்னன்னா he need to put himself in a trouble. நீங்க வந்து எடுத்த உடனே நம்ம ஹெசிடேட் பண்ணிட்டு, இப்போ ஒரு செமினார் எடுக்க சொல்றாங்கன்னா கூட நம்ம ஹெசிடேட் பண்ணோம்னா then you will not come into that point. You never develop. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா போல்டா, நம்மளுடைய லைஃப்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே வந்து நம்ம இந்த லெஜெண்ட் வடிவேலு அவருடைய காமெடி வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா செம்ம இம்பாக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். அவருடைய எல்லா மீம்ஸும் வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஒவ்வொரு டெனர்லயும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து கண்டிப்பா அதோடைய இம்பாக்ட், அதாவது ரிஸ்க் எடுக்கிறதெல்லாம் ரிஸ்க் சாப்பிட்ற மாதிரி சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி சில விஷயங்கள்லாம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க ரிஸ்க் எடுக்கணும். ஒரு செமினார் எடுக்கிறதுலாம் நீயே குதிச்சணும். யூ நீட் டு கோ. You need to follow the faculty. You need to get the topic. Sir, the next day I'll give this presentation. அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க ஒரு கமிட்மெண்ட் நீங்க வாங்கிட்டீங்கன்னா automatically there will be a pressure developed in your mind and you need to see the next thing. நீங்க unwanted thingsலாம் உங்க மைண்ட்ல போகும். கமிட் ஆயிட்டீங்கன்னா நீங்க அதை பத்தி மட்டும் தான் யோசிப்பீங்க. அதை எப்படி சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லா கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு யோசிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டீங்க, நீங்க அடுத்து ஒர்க் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கீங்க. So my suggestion, you please get committed without seeing the risk. இதெல்லாம் தேவையே கிடையாது. நீங்க எதை பத்தி கான்சிக்வன்சஸ் பத்தி யோசிக்காம இறங்கினா மட்டும்தான் ஜெயிக்க முடியும். தென் சம் மிஸ்கன்செப்ஷன்ஸ், அதாவது இன்ஜினியரிங்லாம் இப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நிறைய மிஸ்கன்செப்ஷன்ஸ். ஒன்லி சூப்பர் ஸ்மார்ட் கேன் பிகம் இன்ஜினியர். நோ, ஆல் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் ஆர் ஷை. ஹூ செட் ஆல் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் ஆர் ஷை? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல நீங்க வரும்போது அந்த மாதிரி தெரியும். நோ ஒன் இஸ் ஷை, தட் டு என்ஜினியர்ஸ். தென் என்ஜினியர்ஸ் ஹேவ் நோ அவுட் சைட் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். நோ, all engineers are men. Nowadays, the women are highly rocking in industries compared to men. எல்லா ஏரியாலும் நீங்க நிறைய காலேஜஸ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா மெக்கானிக்கல் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல 50% கேர்ள்ஸ் சீட்ஸ் இருக்கும். இப்போ வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா they came 50-50 வந்தாச்சு இன்னைக்கு. அதனால இந்த மாதிரி ராங் மிஸ்கன்செப்ஷன்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்கு இந்த மாதிரி இது. ஸோ த்ரோ இட் அவே. ஸோ everyone have their own track. You need to run on the track. Would I like engineering? So the question is, you need to have these questions in your mind. நீங்க உண்மையாவே அந்த என்ஜினியரிங் ஒரு பேஷன் இருக்கா அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட், do you enjoy knowing how things work? எந்த விஷயம் நடக்குதாலும் இது எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகுதுன்னு யோசிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சீங்கன்னா, யோசிக்கிற ஆளா இருந்தா you like engineering. Second, if you think, do you think of a new or better way to do things? If something is happening, you are having your own option, then you are always liking engineering. Third one, do you get good grades in maths and science? This is highly related to your studies. இதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா இன்ஜினியரிங் நல்ல ஒரு இன்ஜினியர் ஆகணும்னா கண்டிப்பா இது ரெண்டு ஸ்கில் இருக்கும். சயின்ஸ்லயும் மேத்ஸ்லயும் ஸ்கில் இருக்கணும். நீங்க மேத்ஸ் எனக்கு வரவே இல்லைனாலும் you need to have that passion. மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் பயப்படுவாங்க, ஐயோ M1 M2 M3 M4 இருக்கே, இது எப்படி நம்ம கிளியர் பண்ண போறோம்? டோன்ட் வரி அட் ஆல். இங்க வந்து நீங்க ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல பார்த்த மேக்ஸும் இதுவும் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் கோரிலேட்டட், ரைட்? ஸோ டோன்ட் கெட் ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட்டட். யூனிவர்சிட்டி நிறைய பேர் உங்க சீனியர்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க, மேக்ஸ் எல்லாம் அரியர் வச்சா முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, M2 எல்லாம் வச்சுன்னா நீங்க கிரியே வாங்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது எல்லாமே ஃபால்ஸ் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட், ரைட்? ஒரு இன்ஜினியரா வரணும்னு முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னாவே அதோட உங்களுடைய குவாலிட்டி என்னன்னா மேக்ஸ் நீங்க இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு ஸ்கில் இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். நீங்க இன்னைக்கு இந்த இடத்துல இருக்கீங்கன்னாவே யூ ஹேவ் சம் ஸ்கில்ஸ். ஓகே, யூ ட்ரஸ்ட் யுவர் செல்ஃப் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். டோன்ட் ட்ரஸ்ட் எனிபடிஸ் கமெண்ட். தென் இஃப் யூ லைக் பசில்ஸ், then you like engineering. இந்த 4 விஷயமும் உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்துச்சுன்னா கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கு engineering பிடிக்கும். Then what are all the advantages? First advantage, most clear advantage, will be getting very good salary. People say engineering முடிச்சுட்டு 10,000 தான் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கான், 8,000 தான் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கான் அப்படிலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க. ஒரு நல்ல இன்ஜினியரோட salary நீங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா getting lakhs. Okay, மினிமம் 50,000 சேலரிலாம் நிறைய ஜாப்லாம் இருக்கு. மினிமம் 50,000 ஃபைனல் இயர் முடிச்சுட்டு அந்த மாதிரி பீப்புள் இல்லாமல் இருக்காங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ஜினியர் தான் அந்த மாதிரிலாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. பட் டுடே த எக்கனாமிக்கல் கண்டிஷன், இட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் எக்கனாமிக்கல் கண்டிஷன். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் யூ வில் கெட் a very good salary compared to other common men. நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க நான் வந்து பெட்டி கடை வச்சுட்டு நான் பெரிய ஆளாக வந்துட்டு அப்படின்னு. They never achieve anything in their life. They never achieve. Right? You can even become a better entrepreneur. நீங்க 4 வருஷம் கழிச்சு நீங்க ஒரு என்டர்பிரினர் ஆனீங்கன்னா நீங்க 4 பேருக்கு வேலை கொடுக்கலாம். அதுவும் பாசிபிள். ஸோ அதனால மணி வைஸ் ஃபினான்ஷியலா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யூ வில் பி highly facilitated with this engineering degree. Then good career, respected career, work with other talented people, opportunity to make large scale difference. So இது எல்லாமே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா best advantages. So இதெல்லாம் வந்து professions. What are all the different degrees you will get after engineering? Like project manager, executive, researcher, professor, and careers. So these are the industry expectations for your career opportunity. You need to conceptually sound, technically strong, technology savvy, multiple skills, excellent communication skills, self-driven, charged, motivated team player. இது எல்லாமே இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நடந்த செஷன்ஸ்ல நம்ம எக்ஸ்பர்ட் ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் எவ்ரிஒன் ஹேவ் இன்சிஸ்டட் யூ டு ஃபாலோ ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். பட் the thing is whether you are actually stick with that point or not. If I say how sir I am conceptually sound, nothing. You no need to check your ensure day by day. Simply you give solution for any topic in a different manner, then you are conceptually sound. நீங்க ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா எடுத்து ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட நீங்க எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணும் போதே நீங்க வந்து அந்த கான்செப்ட் ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆயிடுறீங்க. ஓகே, ஹவு யுவர் டெக்னாலஜி ஸ்ட்ராங்? ஹேண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் ட்ரைவிங். நீங்க ஒரு விஷயம் நீங்க கான்செப்ட் தெரியுதுன்னா அதை வந்து ட்ரை பண்ணி ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா then you are technically strong. You know what fault will arise. You know how to clear it also. Immediately you start, if there is any problem exists, you start searching for the solutions. So once நீங்க search பண்ணி solution கண்டுபிடிச்சாவே you are technically strong at all. Technology savvy, whether you are into, you are very much interested in technology. அது வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நீங்க இது எல்லாமே பண்ணீங்கன்னாவே அது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா வரும். மல்டிபிள் ஸ்கில்ஸ்ன்றது வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது. நீங்க ஒரு ஸ்கில் மட்டும் இல்லாம கம்பெடிஷன் எவ்ரிதிங் இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஹேவிங் தீஸ் ஆர் த ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ் வாட் த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி திங்க். அஸ் ஐ ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லி இண்டிகேட்டட், நீங்க வந்து ஒரு ரிஸ்க் எடுத்து இறங்கி நீங்க ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட பேச ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னாவே உங்களுடைய கம்யூனிகேஷன் ஸ்கில் எக்ஸலண்ட். நீங்க வந்து யூ கேன் எக்ஸல் லைக் எனிதிங். Okay, when you start taking seminar presentations, when you are involving in presenting your paper in conference, symposiums, then your communication skill will get better day by day. Okay, you don't expect some experts who is very fluent in English to teach you. நீங்க வந்து பேசலாம் மட்டும் தான், it's a language, right? Then I just need to show you a few things. What is success, happiness, and career? How these 3 things are correlated. You know, success பத்தி நான் சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. Gaining or achieving the desired goals, work towards achieving the defined goals. So these things, if a successful person, the world speaks only about the successful person. So for success, what I need to do? First, you need to define your career goals. Sir, today I am standing in the first day of first year. Last day of my final year, where I need to stand? You need to write this on day 1. On day 1, if you are writing this, then surely you need to start working for that goal. Okay, without goal, if you are start traveling, if you are running in a track without knowing the end point, there is no use of running. Okay, so you need to decide the goal from the first day. இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபைனல் இயர் முடிக்கும் போது நான் நல்ல வேலையோட வரணும், நல்ல பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்னா அந்த பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு என்னென்னலாம் தேவை ஒரு நாளும் நான் செஞ்சுட்டு வரணும். இந்த கோல் டிசைட் பண்ணி யூ நீட் டு ஒர்க் ஃபார் இமீடியட்லி. Then work towards achieving the defined goals. Very good point you can see. Even to win a lottery, we need to buy a ticket. So luck is there. People may trust luck most of the times. But the thing is, for luck also, you need to do something, right? So you never trust 100% things will happen in luck. The third point, we are the authors of our actions, but the results are subject to hidden laws of nature and karma. ஓகே, நீங்க இன்னைக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் பண்றீங்கன்னா அது நீங்க மட்டும் தான், யூ ஆர் த ஓனர் ஆஃப் தட் திங், ரைட்? ஸோ அந்த விஷயம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, அதாவது ஒரு விஷயத்த நீங்க விதைக்கிறீங்கன்னா அதுதான் அறுவடை பண்ண முடியும். அப்படின்னும் போது கண்டிப்பா நீங்க என்ன விதைக்கிறீங்களோ அதை மட்டும் தான் நீங்க உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்க போகுது. அதையும் தாண்டி ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, நீங்க எதெல்லாம் சைட்ல உங்களுடைய ஆட்டிடியூட்ல நீங்க பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்றீங்களோ கர்மான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, அதோட இம்பாக்ட் கண்டிப்பா இருக்கும். ஸ்பிரிச்சுவலி யூ நீட் டு திங்க் everything whatever you are doing, you just take spiritual activities along with that, then you can success is under your feet. Then two things, what are the needs? Happiness na எனக்கு சந்தோஷமா இருக்கணும், இதெல்லாம் தேவை. பிசிக்கல் நீட்ஸ் கண்டிப்பா எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு சேஃப்டி, ஜாப் செக்யூரிட்டி, வீடு, சாப்பாடு, இதெல்லாம் இருந்தா பிசிக்கல் நீட்ஸ். சோஷியல் நீட்ஸ் எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஃபேமிலி, ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த சர்க்கிள் இருக்கும். தென் செல்ஃப் ஆக்சுவலைசேஷன் நீட்ஸ், பர்சனல் சிஸ்டம் ஆஃப் வேல்யூஸ் லீடிங் டு செல்ஃப் ரியலைசேஷன். அது வந்து இட் இஸ் டிஃபரெண்ட். இந்த 3 நீடுமே இருந்தா நான் சந்தோஷமா இருப்பேன் அப்படி சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. And then you need to identify whether this is only the happiness. So first thing, if you want to be happy for an hour, you can go and sleep for an hour, you will feel happy. இந்த உலகத்துல இருக்க எல்லா பீப்புமே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதிகபட்சம் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கிறது தூங்குற நேரம். ஸோ 1 hour உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷம் வேணும்னா கண்டிப்பா படுத்துங்க. ஒரு நாளைக்கு உனக்கு சந்தோஷம் வேணும்னா you can go for a picnic for a day. You want a week for happiness, then go for a vacation. You enjoy it, completely throw out all your commitments. If you want it for a month, immediately you get married. So கண்டிப்பா வந்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணா கண்டிப்பா ஒரு மாசம் கண்டிப்பா சந்தோஷமா இருக்கலாம் எல்லாருமே. I'm talking this after your degree. Then if you want to be happy for an year, just inherit your wealth, just share your wealth with the people who doesn't have. கண்டிப்பா ஒரு வருஷம் நீங்க சந்தோஷமா இருக்கலாம். But the thing is, for lifetime முழுக்க நான் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கணும். அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, you need to take the job, whatever you are doing, you need to enjoy with that. You should have a very pleasure. When your work is pleasure, life is always a joy. Okay, so நீங்க எது பண்ணலாம், நீங்க நான் படிக்கிறேன்னா ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் அது வந்து கஷ்டம் நினைச்சா கஷ்டம், அதே நீ சந்தோஷமா 4 பேருக்கு டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றேன், இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்தை கத்துக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சு நீ படிச்சனா, that is what the happen. எதையுமே வந்து நம்ம ஹர்டல்ஸா நினைச்சோம்னா கண்டிப்பா எதையுமே பண்ண முடியாது. Instead of that, if you take it as a challenge, it as your today's task, then immediately you can win. You can take it as a joy. That's it. Then 3 dimensions. These 3 things my professors in my first day they told. One of my English professor, Professor Sriram, when I was studying in 17 years before, he told me, you are here as an engineering student, you have 3 dimensions of career opportunities. First, you can become a software engineer. Second, you can become a core engineer, hardware related. Then third, you can become a teacher like me. So it depends on the passion. அதில் சில விஷயங்கள் சொன்னார். சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியர் ஆனால் you can get lot of money. Package will be high compared to core engineer. But your pressure level, job pressure level will be enormous. You can't bear it. But you can save more money compared with the other 2 dimensions. But when it comes to core company, your pressure level will be moderate. Then the salary wise somewhat okay. You can lead your life in a very good manner. Then third one, as a researcher or teacher, நீங்க engineering முடிச்சுட்டு சொல்லலாம் நிறைய பேர், myself is a best example for it. நான் இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிக்கும் போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இமீடியட்டா எங்க அப்பா நீ இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிச்சுட்டு டீச்சிங் போறியா, அதுக்கு நீ வந்து ஆர்ட்ஸ் படிச்சிருக்கலாமே அப்படிலாம் சொன்னாங்க. நோ, டீச்சிங் இஸ் மை பேஷன். When I realized it was during my schoolings. So if you feel teaching, sharing knowledge is your passion, then immediately you can fetch yourself in your higher studies. You can pursue MA after BE, and you can put yourself as a professor in a reputed institution like SRM. Right? For that also you can get a very good salary. Right? But the thing is, இது மூணுக்குமே என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு நம்ம பார்த்தோம்னா, சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியர், ஹார்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியர் ரெண்டுமே ஷிஃப்ட் பேசிஸ்ல இருக்கும். பட் நீங்க இந்த டீச்சிங் ப்ரொஃபஷன்லாம் வந்தீங்கன்னா யூ கேன் ஹேவ் பிட்வீன் மார்னிங் 8 to 5 யூ ஹேவ் அ ஒர்க். பட் இன்னைக்கு ட்ரெண்ட் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது மூணுத்துலையுமே ப்ரெஷர் வந்து ஈவனாக தான் இருக்கும். இதுல ப்ரெஷர் அதிகம், இதுல ப்ரெஷர் கம்மியெல்லாம் கிடையாது. இந்த 3 டைமென்ஷன் இருக்கு. இந்த 3 டைமென்ஷன்ல நீ எதை சூஸ் பண்ண போற, எதுக்காக நீ ஒர்க் பண்ண போற, யூ நீட் டு see that very clear. Right? I think I am running out of time. So you can take a lesson from a tree. What is this picture shows you? A tree stand tall and proud. So you always be proud for yourself. Then sink your roots into the earth. Just put a very big basement. Wherever you are going, put a very good basement. இதுலயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வடிவேல் பேம்பி தான் வருது. பாடி ஸ்ட்ராங் பேஸ் ஒன் வீக்னாவே ஒன்றுமே பண்ண முடியாது. ஓகே, பி கண்டென்ட் வித் நேச்சுரல் பியூட்டி. ஸோ வாட் எவர் யூ ஆர் டூயிங் வித் த கண்டென்ட் யூ go out on a limb, drink plenty of water to become healthy. Remember your roots. You need to always remember your roots who are stepping you up. Then finally enjoy the view and your true nature, right? So இதெல்லாம் தாண்டி ஒரே ஒரு விஷயம் நான் சொன்னேன். இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக சம் மூவி ஐ ஹவ் சீன் திஸ், ஐ ஹவ் ஹியர்ட் திஸ் டைலாக். நம்ம யாருன்றதெல்லாம் முக்கியம் கிடையாது, நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியும்ன்றது மட்டும்தான் முக்கியம். அதாவது என்னன்னா, நீங்க ஒரு என்ஜினியரா வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ நீட் டு ரியலைஸ் யுவர் செல்ஃப், வாட் யூ கேன் டூ, வாட் யூ கான்ட் டூ, ரைட்? நீங்க வந்து ஜஸ்ட் உங்களுடைய பிசிக்கல் அப்பியரன்ஸ் வந்து பல்கியா இருக்கு, அதனால வந்து நீங்க வந்து எது வேணாலும் சாதிச்சிருவேன், எனக்கு வந்து பிசிக்கலா நான் வந்து ரொம்ப வீக்கா இருக்கேன், அதனால எல்லாம் இதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது, அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. நீங்க அந்த பிசிக்கல் அப்பியரன்ஸ்ன்றது வேற. யுவர் மென்டல், யுவர் பிரெயின் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் இஸ் மோர் superior than your physical, okay, wherever you go, right? So அதுதான் விஷயம். அதை நீங்க ரியலைஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களால எது முடியுமோ அதை சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு you need to excel in that. Whatever you are choosing, you need to excel, right? So burn as bright and as long as possible in the service of what really matters. And most importantly, compete against yourself, not others. Always mark these words. Whenever you are trying to compete, it is with you only, not from others. Everyone. இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து இன்னைக்கு இவ்வளவு சேலரி வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கேன், இன்னைக்கு இந்த ஒர்க் பண்றேன்னா உலகத்துல எவனோ ஒருத்தன் வந்து என்னோட அதிகமா சேலரி வாங்கிட்டு என்னோட கம்மியா ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கவங்களும் இருக்காங்க. அதனால நான் வந்து அந்த உலகத்துல இருக்கிற சம்மோனை வந்து நான் கம்பேர் பண்ணேன்னா ஐ லூஸ் மை பீஸ் ஆஃப் மைண்ட். ஓகே, நான் எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு ட்ராக் இருக்கு, அந்த ட்ராக்ல தான் நம்ம ஓடிட்டு இருக்கோம். உங்களை நீங்க பெஞ்ச் மார்க்கை வச்சு கம்பேர் பண்ணி யூ நீட் டு ஒர்க் ஃபார் இட், நாட் வித் அதர்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ I have taken most of your time. Thank you for listening, students. I wish all my budding engineers to excel in the upcoming 4 years. I think if you have any things to share, you can share in 2 minutes. Already I have taken more.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for spending time with us and share your ideas and knowledge on evolution of engineering and career opportunities for this great moment. Students, if you have any queries, you can interact with sir. No queries at all, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
sir. HOD sir, thank you for giving this great opportunity. I would like to thank everyone, all managing authorities for SRM for giving this great opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Students, we will meet you the session 2 at 11:30. Thank you all.